The Indians win a close one. The Tigers are playing 2 scoops today. And the Mud Hens lose again. But I love you guys, and welcome to an all-new edition of All Andy Alfred right here on Clayfan 2-3. I am your host, Andrew Alfred, welcoming you into the program. Yes, it's going to be an interesting one. The Tigers are playing a double dip this afternoon. We'll give you the updated score right now. It is now 2:30 in the afternoon. But first, let's get into the Tribe. The Tribe was a winner last night, 6-5. Fausto Carmona with the winner, 11-8. He goes to 11-8 with a 3.78 ERA. John Lackey gets the loss. He goes to 10-6 with a 4.48 ERA. Beltre had 2 home runs, his 18th and 19th of the season. No home runs for the Tribe in front of 37,938. Game time 3 hours and 18 minutes. Chris Perez gets his 13th save of the season. Now this evening it'll be David Huff on the hill. He's 1-2 with a 4.50 average ERA, taking on Josh Beckett, who's 2-1 with a 6.33 ERA. 7-10 to your start on ST. On Wednesday will be Justin Masterson. He's 3-10 with a 5.55 ERA, taking on John Lester, who's 11-6 with a 3.05 ERA. 7-10 on ST. This afternoon, the Tigers are taking on the Chicago White Sox, and right now, in the top of the 6th inning, it is Detroit 1, the White Sox 7. 4 runs in the 3rd, 1 run in the 4th, and 2 home runs in the 5th inning. Rios and Pierre homered. Porcello went 4 2/3 innings, and it's just disappointing to see this club play so bad. They're playing so terrible. It looks like a bunch of minor leaguers out there, and it probably is because it's all Mudhead players down there. Tonight's the second game of the series. It'll be Jeremy Bonderman on the hill. He's 5-6 with a 5.05 ERA, taking on Carlos Torres, who is making his major league debut tonight. He's got no wins and no losses, so let's hope the Tigers can rough him up tonight. On Wednesday, it will be Edwin Jackson on the hill. With Arizona, he is 6-10 with a 5.16 ERA. He'll be making his White Sox debut on Wednesday. He'll take on Armando Galarraga, who's 3-3 with a 4.28 ERA. Other scores in the major leagues: Kansas City was a loser 6-0 over the Oakland Athletics. Toronto 8, New York 6. The Cincinnati Reds 4, Pittsburgh 0. The Mets were a loser 4-1 to the Atlanta Braves. Tampa Bay 4, Minnesota 2. The Milwaukee Brewers beat the Chicago Cubs 18-1. 18-1. It's embarrassing. Washington was a winner 3-1 over Arizona, and Houston 9, St. Louis 4. The Mud Hens were a loser last night. They lost 4-6. Andrew Oliver gets the loss. He goes to 1-1 with a 4.80 ERA. Beachy gets the win. He goes to 1-0 with a 3.60 ERA. Kimball gets his 15th save of the season. Casper Wells and Ben Getz homered for Toledo, back-to-back homers, by the way. Timmons and Thurston homered for Gwinnett in front of 2,983. Game time 3 hours even. I did some research on this. Gwinnett is averaging 3,550 fans a game. Last night was probably one of the lowest attendance the Braves have faced so far this season, except for, of course, you had those slumps in May. But tonight the Mudheads they'll conclude the series against Gwinnett before hitting the road to go to Charlotte. Gardner on the hill, he's 4-5 with 3.66 ERA, taking on Diamond, who's 1-0 with a 3.94 ERA. Game time 7:05 on 12:30 WCWA. NHL news for you today: Andy Sutton signs with the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. Morrison will go from the Capitals to the Buffalo Sabres. And it was reported this afternoon that Mike Modano will sign a 1-year deal to the Detroit Red Wings for $1.25 million. And the Red Wings apparently just got a little bit better, but he's a third-line player. Also, if you haven't turned on the TV or on Sports Center yet, you haven't been aware. You've probably been under a rock. Here's the reason why. Brett Favre announced this morning that he has retired from the game of football. He is probably one of the probably will go down as one of the greatest players of all time. But honestly, you need to cover this 24 hours. Honestly, I want to hear from you about this. Should ESPN cover like the LeBron scandal and Brett Favre retiring and Chris Paul maybe getting traded? Should they cover that in depth so much? Honestly, I don't think so. I mean, he will be going down as a Hall of Famer, no doubt. No doubt. He'll go down as a Hall of Famer, but I mean, you really don't. I mean, he's not that great of a quarterback, honestly. Yeah, people say, "Oh, he's a gunslinger," and blah blah blah, and he's got he's number one and all the thing. So what? How many championships has he really won? One. He promised another championship to Green Bay. Didn't happen. He promised a championship to the Jets. Didn't happen. He promised a championship to the Atlanta Falcons. Didn't happen. And he promised a championship to the Minnesota Vikings. Did that happen? I don't think so. A daily recommendation for you today. The Toledo Walleye will have their first ever Walleye Fin Fest Saturday, October 9th at the brand new, beautiful Huntington Center. Doors open at 2 o'clock. We'll have a public open skate. On ice experience with no skates required, by the way. Unique photo opportunities, college football on the club lounge level. Introduction to the 2010-2011 Walleye team. And what I think is the best thing for you, this is a pretty good deal. It's a exhibition game. The Walleye taking on the Kalamazoo Wings at 6 o'clock, and you can get autographs afterwards. Tickets are available at the Walleye box office or calling 419-725-WALL or ToledoWalleye.com, and they also have ticket packages where you can get your opening day tickets. And on Friday at 9 a.m., tickets will go on sale. Regular season single game tickets, except for opening night, will go on sale this coming Friday. Tonight at Manhattan's, it'll be Toledo School for the Arts Urban Jazz Show. Those are the last two shows. It'll be at 7 o'clock at Manhattan's on Adams Street. You can catch you down, have a brewski, and listen to some great jazz. We'll be doing the NHL preview show as soon as we get off the air for you this afternoon. I hope you have a good day. I will see you tomorrow for another edition of All Andy Alfred. But I leave you with the updated score right now. Let me check here. It's still 7-1. Chicago on top of Detroit. I am Andrew Alfred. I hope you have a good day. And remember, as always, I'm pulling for you. We're all in this together, especially to the teams behind me and to you at home. Victory is sweetest when you have tasted defeat. Have a nice night, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow.